Hello friends! I am a traveler, and today we will go to Istanbul, where we will visit interesting places in this beautiful city. Istanbul is a unique city located on two continents and rich in history. Founded by the Greeks in the 7th century BC, it was the capital of 4 empires and absorbed elements of different cultures and religions. It has preserved landmarks from different eras: Greek, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman. Istanbul is a huge city with a population of about 15 million people, and unofficially even more. If you are visiting Istanbul for the first time, it is best to stay in the Sultanate, Beyoğlu, or Kadıköy districts on the Asian side. The latter district may seem distant, but river trams depart from its pier to the Galata Bridge, from where it is easy to reach any part of the historic center. The trip takes about 20 minutes and costs less than $1. These areas can be reached by direct buses from Istanbul's new airport in 60 to 90 minutes. For your first visit to the city, we recommend starting at Sultan Ahmed Square. This is where most of the key attractions are concentrated, and you can see them all in a short time. In the evening and at night, there are many cafes and hookah bars in this area to suit every taste. Hagia Sophia. Built in 537, it served as the main patriarchal church of Constantinople, and later became a mosque. Today, the cathedral is a museum where you can see ancient frescoes and mosaics. Next to the cathedral is the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, known as the Blue Mosque. It was built in the early 17th century and has 6 minarets, making it one of the most significant mosques in Istanbul. Throughout its history and under all rulers, Hagia Sophia remained a place of worship for the city. For almost 1,000 years, it served as the main patriarchal church of Constantinople, became a Catholic basilica, and after the city was captured by the Ottomans, it spent almost 500 years as a mosque. Interestingly, the Ottomans who captured the city did not destroy the Christian instead, they simply covered them with plaster. Thanks to this, a significant part of them has been magnificently preserved to this day. Directly opposite Hagia Sophia is the Blue Mosque. It is also known as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque. It is the most important mosque in Istanbul. It was built in the early 17th century by order of Sultan Ahmed I, who wanted to surpass Hagia Sophia. The mosque has 6 minarets, which was rare for that time. It got its name Blue because of the thousands of white and blue tiles. Directly opposite Hagia Sophia is the Blue Mosque. It is also known as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque. It is the most important mosque in Istanbul. It was built in the early 17th century by order of Sultan Ahmed III, who wanted to surpass Hagia Sophia. The mosque has 6 minarets, which was rare for that time. It got its name Blue because of the thousands of white and blue tiles. The next stop is Sultan Ahmed Square. It is located between Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. Here you can see an Egyptian obelisk dating back to the 16th century BC. It was brought from Egypt in the 4th century by Emperor Theodosius. The obelisk is about 20 meters high. Another interesting landmark is the Serpentine Column. It was erected by the Greeks from the shields of the Persians, who fell in the Battle of Plataea in 479 BC. Once upon a time, the column was crowned with 3 snake heads. One of them disappeared without a trace, while the other 2 are now in the Istanbul Archaeological Museum and the British Museum. Incidentally, an element from the Hippodrome of Constantinople can even be found in Venice. The famous quadriga, which adorned St. Mark's Cathedral for hundreds of years and was recently replaced with a copy, also came from here. It was taken by the Crusaders after the capture of Constantinople in 1204. It is believed to be the finest work of the famous ancient sculptor Lysippos, and it is over 2,300 years old. Near Sultan Ahmed Square is the former Sultan's palace, Topkapi. It was the main residence of the Turkish Sultans for 400 years. Here you can see the Church of St. Irene, which was the main temple of ancient Constantinople before the construction of Hagia Sophia. Admission to the palace cost 100 liras. This church has remained unchanged since that time, and that is simply amazing, especially since it is actually located on the grounds of the palace of the Ottoman Sultans. The Basilica Cistern is an underground reservoir that supplied Constantinople with clean drinking water. Films such as James Bond, Inferno, and Konchalovsky's Odyssey were filmed here. Admission is 30 liras, and it's well worth it. The next stop is the Egyptian market. This is the most popular place in Istanbul for lovers of sweets and spices. Here you can find the most popular sweets, pistachios, figs, and Turkish delight. The Egyptian market dates back to the 17th century and was originally conceived as an educational institution attached to a nearby mosque. It might have remained so to this day had it not been for a chance occurrence. One day, the Sultan's mother overheard a conversation among students that so outraged her that the educational institution was converted into a bazaar. This is how Istanbul's most famous market for sweets and spices came into being, quickly gaining a reputation as one of the most atmospheric places in the city. However, you can find more than just spices and sweets at the market. The most important thing to remember is that you are at an Eastern market, so bargaining is not only possible but also necessary. The Galata Bridge connects the 2 banks of the Golden Horn, and is popular among fishermen and foodies. Here, you can try the famous fish in lavash. It's better to look for this place a little away from the bridge, as the reviews are better there. The tunnel is one of the earliest underground railways in Europe. It connects the foot of the Galata Bridge with the upper part of the Beyoğlu district. The tunnel is just under 600 meters long, and the journey takes only 1.5 minutes. The Galata Tower is perhaps one of the most recognizable symbols of Istanbul. It is said that the first lighthouse was installed here in the 6th century, and the tower itself appeared in the 14th century. During this time, it has served as a fire tower, an observatory, and even a prison. Today, the upper floors of the tower house a famous restaurant and an observation deck, from which you can admire the magnificent views of the Bosphorus and the Golden Horn. Istiklal Street is Istanbul's main pedestrian thoroughfare. It is home to the Greek Orthodox Church of the Holy Trinity, the city's largest Catholic church, and Galatasaray High School. There is always plenty of street food available, so you can try something new. On this street, you will find many important landmarks of Istanbul, such as the Greek Orthodox Church of the Holy Trinity, the largest Catholic church in Istanbul, the Church of St. Anthony of Paduan, the Galatasaray Lyceum, and many other interesting sites, including the famous retro tram that runs right here on these rails. And as everywhere else in Istanbul, there is always a lot of street food on Istiklal, and while walking along it, you can also try something new.